going to start on our back again. It's a rainy day out there. Let's start with a little bit of relaxation and enjoying the kind of quiet atmosphere outside. So when you're ready, this time though, when we come down onto our backs, let's keep our knees bent, okay? And we'll allow our soles to just rest on the floor, the soles of the feet. And if you'd like, you can just bring the knees together in the center here. So allow your knee points to rest on one another. And you can place your hands on your belly. You can place one hand on the belly and one hand on the heart. We're going to work a little bit on our legs today. So working from the ground up, just building a solid foundation. And it really just starts here. It starts by being able to ground ourselves in our body, by being able to feel our breath. If it feels better for you to lengthen your legs out, or even bring the soles of the feet together, by all means, just find what feels good for you in this moment. Coming to a position where you can really start to feel your backside just start to really ground down into the earth, inviting some deeper breaths into the body, feeling the belly rise on the inhale, and feeling the belly fall on the exhale. Relaxing the backs of the shoulders into the ground. Relaxing the back of the skull into the ground. If you just got up, this might just be an easy way for you to start your day again by slowly inviting some movement. And just take a few more breaths here, really just noticing your inhale, seeing if you can deepen it and lengthen the inhale. See if you can lengthen your exhale. Breathing in and really filling your belly all the way up. Exhaling and extending that exhale, emptying out all the air. Beautiful. Let's take a big long stretch. So let's lengthen those legs out. Bring the arms up overhead. And just reach and get really long here. Oh, maybe you yawn. I felt that one coming on. You can point your toes, reach upward with the fingertips. And then we'll bring the knees again to bend. We're going to place the opposite knee across and over. We're going to bring the opposite ankle across and over the opposite knee. So bending that leg and resting the ankle above the opposite knee. We're coming into a figure 4 here. Just allowing gravity to open up that top knee. If you'd like, you can use your hand to press it away gently if that feels good for you. Try and flex the top foot here. And you can feel how that protects that knee joint there rather than just to let it go slack. Bring a little bit of activity into that top foot. Starting to feel the awareness in the toes and in the sole of the foot there. And feel your lower back and your tailbone pressing down into the ground. You may have a natural curve in your lumbar spine, but see if you can press and extend your tailbone downward. Take a big breath in here. Exhale, release all the air. And then just gently allow your legs to fall over to the same side as the top knee. That knee will come to rest toward the ground, And maybe you feel the ankle sort of pulling down on the opposite knee, allowing that hip to lengthen down towards the bottom of your mat. If you'd like here, you can bend your elbows and cactus your arms, maybe bringing the backs of the palms down to the ground. Just stretching out the chest here, bringing a little bit of sensation to the arms and the shoulders. You might start to feel that knee relaxing a little bit further downwards. Just allow it to do its thing here as you breathe in nice and deep. Take a big inhale, really fill that belly up. Exhale, let it all go. And then we'll inhale the legs back up to center. And really slowly, we'll switch it over to the other side. Again, you can relax your arms down by your side if that feels better for you. Just crossing the opposite ankle over the opposite knee. And flexing the top foot, okay, to protect your knee joint. You can take your hand and press that top leg away gently if that feels good for you. Or just allow gravity to do its thing here. Feeling that hip start to open a little bit. Just breathing into the sensation here. Let's take one more big inhale, filling the belly up. Exhale, let all the air out. And then we'll just allow the legs to fall towards the ground, towards the top knee. That ankle is gently drawing down the opposite knee toward the earth. Maybe you feel that lengthening in the top hip. And again, you can bend the elbows and bring the backs of the palms to the earth to cactus the arms and open up the chest and the shoulders. If you feel the weight of that top leg pulling the bottom leg open and lengthening the bottom hip, that's good. Just allow that to happen. Big breath in through the nose. Exhale it all out. Once more, big breath in. Exhale, release. We'll bring the legs back up toward the center. Release. And just allow the knees to fall over to the right. We'll take a moment here in fetal pose. Rest your head on your arm here. And take a breath in. Exhale. And then press yourself up to all fours. We'll find a tabletop position. Stacking the shoulders over the wrists. So right away, if you have any blocks, you can use them to protect your wrists here. So bringing the blocks underneath your hands, spreading those palms wide. Your knees are hip-width distance apart. And the tops of the feet can either be on the floor or you can tuck your toes if that feels better for you. Now see if you can press down into all 10 finger pads. And press away from the earth. So lift that body up. No jumping down here. We're going to inhale, lift the front body away from the ground. And we're going to come into a little cat-cow. So on the inhale, you're going to drop the belly, lift the tailbone and lift the gaze. Pulling the heart through the space between your arms. And then on the exhale, we're going to round. Bring the back of the heart up, tuck the chin towards the chest. Again, moving with your breath, just finding your flow here, finding your rhythm. I like to add a little bit of gentle sway forward and back. if that feels good for you. It gives your wrists a little bit of a sensation here. Remembering to inhale as you come into that cow. So as you lift your chin, pull your heart through. Take a big inhale. Exhale, empty it out as you pull the back of the heart up and tuck the chin. A few more. And when you feel good and ready, we'll come back to stillness, back to neutral. Again, let's make sure we're really pressing down into all 10 fingers, lifting the front body, and we're going to extend the left leg behind us. We'll ground the toes down, and let's press back into that heel. Okay, see if we can stretch into the calf muscle here. Bring the weight into the toes. And if you find a little bit of buoyancy, a little bit of forward and back, see if you can feel some sensation in the back of the leg and the hamstring. Continuing to lift the front body away from the ground, no dumping into those hands. Inhale and exhale. Nice work. We'll bring the knee back into the center, but this time we're going to do some knee circles. So focusing your weight over both hands evenly, we'll just begin to lift that knee off the ground and just circle the knee. Making little circles, starting to wake up those hips. Try not to dump into the opposite side here. Try and keep your weight balanced in both hands. And then we'll just take the circles the opposite way. You can make them a little bigger if that feels good for you. Really opening up the hip here. Remembering to breathe in nice and deep. Nice work. When you're ready, just rest that knee back down and we'll move on to the other leg. So the right leg is going to go back, toes down. Heel presses back as you begin to push your weight backward, stretching that calf. Remembering again to really press down into all 10 fingers, lifting the front body upward. We'll add a little bit of buoyancy forward and back if that feels good. I can feel a little bit of stretching in the hamstring here in the back of the leg. Big breath in. Exhale. And then we'll bring that knee back toward the center and do those circles one more time on this side. So just opening up the hips here. You can make the circles as big or as small as you'd like. Keeping the weight balanced in both hands. And when you feel like you've done enough on the one side, we'll change the direction and make circles the opposite way. Breathing in nice and deep. Keep lifting that body away from the ground. And when you're ready, come back to neutral. We'll sit back and give our wrists a little bit of a shake. Just stretch it out. Take some big breaths in here. And then we'll come back. Again, spreading the palms wide. If you want to place those blocks under your hands, that's also a good option. Knees are hip width distance apart. We're going to come back and lift the left leg. Okay, this time the toes are off the ground. We're pressing away from the earth and all 5 toes are pointing downward. Okay, we're lifting that front body, making sure that we're drawing the navel up toward the spine to keep a nice flat back here. And we're going to hold for 8, 7, 6, take a breath in, for 3, for 2, and for 1. And then we're going to draw the knee in up toward the chest or toward the nose as you tuck the nose toward the knee, rounding the back, and we'll hold here, pressing away from the ground for 8, 7, 6, breathe in nice and deep, for 3, for 2, for 1. Again, lengthen outwards. Press the heel away, keep a nice flat back, press away from the ground, hold for 8, and breathe. and 5 and 4, 3, 2, 1. This time we're going to draw the knee upward toward the chest, but we're going to step it through the hands, okay? So however it takes, if you need to use your hand to draw it upward, no problem. Just stepping that foot forward here, coming into a low lunge. Front knee is going to stack over that ankle. Now again, you can use your blocks here on either side of the foot to give yourself a little bit of height. Or you can keep your fingertips on the ground. We want to press into that foot, okay? So all 4 corners of that foot really grounding down into the earth. We'll take a big inhale in here, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Exhale. See if you can pull your shoulders back and away from the ears. Again, big inhale. And exhale. Let's bring the hips back. Begin to lengthen that front leg. Lift the toes toward the face. And we'll feel that stretch in the back of the leg and the hamstring here. You can stay lifted. Again, using your blocks maybe on either side to give you some support. Or you can fold forward, keeping a nice flat back here. See if you can draw that left leg into the hip socket. Pulling it back into the hips, squaring the hips off. Take a big inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale. And we'll round back down through the foot. Again, stacking that front knee over the ankle, finding our low lunge once more. If your back knee needs a little extra padding, you can always fold your mat, and give yourself a little support. From here, this time we're going to lift the torso. So back toes can be tucked or on the ground. We'll inhale, lift the torso up. Again, front knee stays stacked over that ankle. And from here, see if you can pull that leg back in toward the hip, okay? So rather than that hip coming forward and that knee coming forward, pull it back so that your hips are square to the front. You can stay here, or you can begin to raise the arms up. Take a big inhale. We'll reach the arms up overhead. And let's relax the shoulders down, okay? So rather than having your shoulders up by your ears, see if you can draw the shoulder blades down the back. And imagine that you've got a big beach ball overhead. So your hands are about shoulder width distance apart. You're pressing into that front foot to lift up, okay? Giving yourself lots of support. Maybe you feel your legs shaking. Maybe you feel a little bit of sensation in those hips. You can remain here or bring your palms together and point your index finger, interlacing the other 3 fingers. Relax those shoulders down and see if you can lengthen the spine. Tip back slightly, pulling the thumbs back, opening up the front body. Let's take a big breath in here, big hip stretch. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale and release the hands. Nice work. We'll step back and sink the hips back for child's pose. Give yourself a little bit of rest here. Reaching the hands forward, taking the hips down towards the ankles, towards the heels. As you're ready, you can begin to lift back up. We're going to come into the other side. So again, finding that tabletop position, spreading all 10 fingers. We're going to press away from the ground, using your blocks here under your hands for support if you need to. Making sure those knees are hip width distance apart. Drawing the navel up and in to keep a nice flat back. We're going to lengthen the right leg behind us this time, okay? Let's lift the toes off the ground. All 5 toes are pointing downward. Take a big inhale and we're going to hold here for 8, For 7, press the heel away from you as if it wants to reach the opposite wall. For 3, for 2, and for 1. And then we're going to draw the knee up in toward the nose as we tuck the chin and round the spine like a cat. Okay, really press down and away from the ground here and hold for 8, for 7, 6, breathe, for 3, for 2, and 1. And then lengthen once more, making that spine nice and long, maybe taking your gaze forward slightly and hold. Take a big breath in for 7, for 6, for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. This time we're going to round and we're going to step the foot between the hands, taking it nice and slow, using your hands to draw your foot up if you need to. Finding our low lunge position. So front knee is over that front ankle. The back knee is resting on the ground. You can fold your mat. Give yourself a little bit of support if you need to. Okay, you can tuck the back toes if that feels better for you. Finding our low lunge here. Right away, we're drawing that right leg back into the hip socket, okay? So no moving forward like this. We want to make those hips square to the front of the mat. Good. Lift the gaze. Roll the shoulders back and lift the chest. Pulling that heart forward. Take a big inhale. Really pressing down into the big toe mound of that front foot. I'm already starting to feel a little bit of shake here if you're with me. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, let's sink the hips back. We're going to lengthen that front leg. Draw the toes up towards the shin. You can use your blocks here on either side to give you a little bit of height. You can lift the torso or you can fold forward. Again, pulling that right leg in toward the hip socket, lengthening the back of that right leg. Take a big inhale. Exhale. Inhale nice and deep. Exhale. Keep those hips squared to the top of the mat. Once more, big inhale. Exhale. Someone's trying to reach me today. I don't know why the phone's ringing so early. We'll ground that foot back down, finding our low lunge once again. And when you're ready, you can rise up, lifting the torso. And here's where you can really see if you're dumping forward, okay? Try and lift the hips up and pull the leg back into the hip socket. Relax the shoulders down. You can stay here with your hands on your hips or your arms by your side, or you can inhale and reach the arms up overhead. Finding that beach ball overhead, hands are shoulder width distance apart. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Pull that belly in. If you feel like you're wobbling around, draw the navel to the spine and find that balance. Big inhale. Exhale. If you want to come with me for a slight back bend, we'll bring the hands together, point the index fingers and interlace the other 3 fingers, and then just gently draw the thumbs back as you begin to lean back, lengthening from the base of your tailbone out through the crown of your head. Keep pressing into the big toe mound of that front foot. Hold your balance. Take a big breath in. Exhale. One more big inhale. Take the gaze up. Exhale and release. Nice work, everybody. Step back. Sink the hips back and come into child's pose. You can open up those knees nice and wide, bring the big toes together. And in this child's pose, you can make it active by lifting the wrists off the ground and pressing into the finger pads. So elbows and wrists are lifting up as you reach those arms forward and sink those hips down. Feeling that stretch maybe in the shoulders and in the back body. Nice work, everybody. When you're ready, rise back up. And this time we're going to roll up to standing. So begin to tuck the toes. Allow your heels to come down to the ground, and nice and slow, okay, we're going to zombie roll. So pressing into the feet lots and lots, beginning to lift the tailbone up, keeping the arms heavy. We'll allow the vertebrae to stack one atop the other. And then feel your shoulders roll back as you lift your chest. And we'll find a mountain pose. So your feet can be together with the big toes touching, or you can take your feet hip width distance, whatever feels good for you here. Focus on really pressing down into all four corners of the earth. So again, feeling that foundation, it starts from the feet. Spread the toes wide. Draw the navel up and in. And bring a little bit of a micro bend to those knees so you can really feel that foundation nice and strong into the ground. If you feel yourself swaying, see if you can separate your feet and give yourself a little bit more stability. We'll roll the shoulders back and down and broaden across the collarbone. Palms can face forward here. Now gently tuck the chin so you can feel the back of the neck lengthen. Beautiful work. Take a big inhale. Exhale. Feel how tall you can get here by feeling like you're really reaching the crown of the head upwards and grounding down into those feet. One more big inhale. Exhale. And this time we're going to inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Bend the elbows back and pull the elbows back and down as you cactus the arms. Exhale. Good. Again, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, pull the elbows back and down, opening up the front body here. Twice more. Big inhale. Maybe you take your gaze up, begin to waken that neck up a little bit more. Exhale. One more. Big inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus the arms down. Beautiful work. We'll bring the hands to the hips and we're going to step forward with the left leg. Coming into a high lunge here. So let's get ourselves set up. If you need to step this back foot out a little bit more to give yourself some more space, go ahead and do that. Front knee is going to come right over that front ankle. The back heel is pressing away. Now if this is too much for that back leg, you can step it in and ground the heel down, okay? Try and lengthen the back of the leg so that the knee is pulling up rather than bending down. Pull that knee up, okay? Nice. From here, we're going to draw that leg back into the hip socket once again so that those hips are coming square to the top of the mat. Press down into all four corners of that front foot, really feeling that foundation. Take a big inhale, open up the front body and roll the shoulders back. Good. Now, if you'd like, you can inhale, reach the arms up. Find that beach ball overhead. Relax the shoulders down. Working on our balance here, so it comes from the core. Pull the navel in. Give yourself that stability. And again, keep drawing this leg back into the hip socket. Relax those shoulders. Big inhale. Exhale. Keep pressing that back heel away. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, we're going to build a little bit of heat in the legs now. So take a big inhale. On the exhale, we're going to bend the back knee and lower the arms down to the sides. And then we're going to inhale, rise back up. Press the back heel away. Lengthen the back leg. Good job. Exhale, relax the arms down. Palms can come to face down towards the ground. And then inhale, rise up. Palms face toward one another. Take it nice and slow. If this is too much, You can ground the back foot and just bend the back knee slightly as you lower down and then come back up. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, exhale. Press into the front foot. Inhale, exhale. And once more. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bend down. Press into the front foot, rise up, inhale. And relax the hands down by your sides or on your hips. This time, we're going to turn the toes out and ground the heel down, okay? You can rise up out of those legs if that's tiring for you. Give yourself a little shake. We're going to find our warrior 1. So the back toes are turned out at about 45 degrees, okay? The back heel is grounded. The front toes are pointing up towards the front of the mat. And see if you can sink into that front knee, okay? So that the knee comes right over the ankle. Rather than allowing this back knee to drop down, see if you can lift it up, okay? Press into the pinky toe edge of the back foot. Now, if this is a lot, feel free to step in a little bit. Shorten your stance. That way you don't have to bend too much into that front knee. And just feel your feet really grounding down here, okay? The whole intention here is to really feel that security, that connection with the ground. So lift that back knee up. That's it. Ground down in those feet, all 4 corners. And if you're ready, you can inhale, reach the arms up. Relax the shoulders down. That's it. Press into the pinky toe edge of that back foot. Nice work, guys. You look good. Stay with it. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale again. Maybe you take your gaze up. Give yourself a little bit of balance work. Exhale. And you can bring the hands down. Lift the back heel. We're going to walk our hands over toward the center of the mat, okay? Let's turn all 10 toes toward the long edge of the mat. And we're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold. So taking the feet as wide as feels comfortable for you, just allowing the head to relax down here. Again, pressing into the outer edges of those feet, making sure you're really grounding down and pressing into the arch of the feet. You don't want those arches to lift too much. You want the whole foot to stay nice and grounded. You can walk your hands back toward the arches. Give yourself a little bit more lengthening in that spine. A deeper stretch. Take a big inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale. Nice work. Come up onto your finger pads, lifting the torso halfway, and then pressing into the feet lots and lots will lift the torso all the way. Okay, this time we're going to come into goddess pose. I'm just going to switch my way around so I'm not facing away from you guys. But from your wide legs, we'll just turn the toes out slightly, okay, and the heels in slightly. Hands come to hips, relax the shoulders down. We'll bend the knees and begin to drop the tailbone. Try not to let your knees fall in here, okay? Try to really pull them open. So rather than going too deep, just see if you can really open those knees and press into the pinky toe edges of the feet, okay? If you feel like you're moving forward and back a bit, you can come up against a wall or you can use a chair or a wall for support. Okay, finding just a little bit of sway here. See if you can really press down into all 4 corners of those feet. Nice work. Lift the front body, everybody. Relax the shoulders. Beautiful. Now, if you'd like, you can extend the arms out to the side and bend the elbows. Here we are in our goddess pose. Lots of power, lots of strength in the legs going on here, okay? Just sit with it, breathe with it. You can do it. You're strong, you're grounded, okay? Let's take a big inhale. We'll press into the feet, lengthen the legs, and reach the arms up overhead. Good. Star pose, okay? Now let's come back down, bend the knees, goddess pose. See if you can drop that tailbone down a little bit more. Inhale, press into the feet, rise up. Reach up, star pose. Exhale, bend the elbows, bend the knees, goddess pose. Nice work, everybody. Twice more. Stay with it. Big inhale. Exhale. One more time. Open those knees up. Inhale. Reach up. Exhale, ground down. Beautiful work, everybody. Inhale, rise. Hands back to hips. And let's heel toe the feet together. We'll come back to the edge of our mat. Coming back to our mountain pose. Big toes can be together or hip width distance apart. Let's inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, cactus the arms back. Really pressing down into those feet. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, pull the elbows down and back. Twice more. Inhale. Maybe you take your gaze up. Exhale. And once more. Big inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, open up that heart space. Nice work, everybody. Hands are going to come to hips. And this time our right leg is going to step forward into that high lunge. Okay, so finding your high lunge, maybe you're stepping that back foot out a little bit wider, giving your hips some extra space there. Front knee is over that front ankle. Pushing the back heel away, we're lifting the knee away from the ground. So rather than letting the knee fall, lift the knee up, okay? Lengthening the back of the leg. If this is too much for you, you step in and ground the heel. No problem. Every body is different, okay? Really pressing down into all four corners of that front foot. We're bringing that knee directly above the ankle. Now, pull the leg in toward the hip so you square those hips off to the front of the mat. Nice work, everybody. Take a big inhale. Draw the belly in. Use that balance and strength from the core. And if you'd like, you can raise the arms up overhead. Beautiful, Marilyn. Relax the arms down. Find that beach ball. Hands are shoulder width distance apart. Take a big inhale. On the exhale, we face the palms down and bend the back knee, okay? Sink down. Inhale, rise up, take it slow. Exhale, bend the back knee. Relax the knee down toward the ground. Again, inhale, rise up. Exhale, taking it nice and slow. We'll do two more, pressing into that front foot. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. Nice work. Inhale, rise. And this time we're going to relax the hands down to the hips. We'll turn the back toes out at 45 degrees and ground the back heel. Finding our warrior one. So come to standing if you want to relax your legs for a minute here. And find that back footing. So if you need to step your back foot in slightly, that's fine. Front knee comes over that front ankle. We'll bend into the front knee. Again, don't allow your knee to fall in here. See if you can pick it up. Those hips are going to open up a little bit of external rotation. See if you can pull the right leg back into the hip socket to square the hips off a little bit more. Lots of tension going on in this back leg here, okay? Lots of length in the back of the leg. Big inhale. Exhale. You can bring the arms up if you'd like. Inhale. Exhale. Pressing into the pinky toe edge of that back foot. Okay, lots of strength. Bring your awareness to the feet. Ground down into those feet. Maybe you take your gaze up, relax the shoulders, big inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, relax the hands down. We're going to walk the hands toward the center of the mat. Find our wide-legged forward fold. So we'll pivot the toes to face the long edge of the mat and bring our feet as wide as is comfortable. Pressing into the pinky toe edge of the feet again, grounding down at all four corners. We'll relax the crown of the head down. Allow the tailbone to lengthen up. You can walk your hands back toward the inside of the arches, and that will give your spine a little bit more space to lengthen. Nice work. As you're ready, come up onto the finger pads. Inhale, lift the torso halfway and bring the hands to the hips. We'll press into the feet lots and lots and lift the torso up. And then we're going to turn the toes out and heels come in. Finding our goddess pose one more time. We'll bend those knees. Again, let's open up the knees. So try not to let the knees fall in. Press into the outer edges of the feet and open the knees up, okay? Lengthen the tailbone down. So tuck the pelvis in slightly forward, okay? Really pull the navel in here. You can open up the arms, bend the elbows, and we'll press into the feet to find our star pose. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend and lower. Good. Inhale, reach up. You guys look great. Open up that front body. Take your gaze up with your hands. And then exhale, open. Beautiful. Twice more. Inhale, reach up. Press into those feet. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale, bend down. Relax that tailbone. One more. Inhale, reach up. Bring all that energy back down towards you as you bend and press into all four corners of those feet. Feel those feet grounding down. You can add a little sway here. Really feel all four corners there. Breathe into it. Stay with me for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Rise up. Nice work. Hands to hips. We'll heel toe the feet together. All right, one final pose here, guys. We're coming into chair pose. Lots of strengthening in the legs. So big toes are going to come together. If it feels better for you, you can take the feet hip width distance apart. Knees are going to squeeze together. Inner thighs are squeezing together. And we're going to start to sit the butt back. Okay, I'll show you the profile here. Start to lengthen the butt back and the tailbone back and down. Make sure that you can still see all 10 toes, so your knees are not coming forward. They're drawing backward. Good. Now, you can keep your hands on your hips, and rather than allowing your front body to round here, try and open up, okay? Broaden across the collarbone. If you want a little bit more, see if you can reach the arms up, either in front of you, or all the way up overhead, biceps by the ears. Nice work, guys. Pull the navel in here. Lots of strength going on here. Can you sink the tailbone down a little bit lower? Can you take your gaze up? Take a big breath in and hold for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Press into the feet. Rise. Good job. Shake it out. We're going to do that one more time, okay? Take a breath in. Let it all go. Let's reset. Big toes can be together, or feet can come apart to a comfortable distance. We're going to begin to sit the butt back and down. If your feet are together, your knees are squeezing in towards the center. Inner thighs are squeezing inward. Hands can be on hips and open the front body. Rather than rounding out, open it up. Okay, this is about length, not about depth. So it doesn't matter how low you go. You want to make sure you're still seeing all 10 toes. If you'd like, you can reach the arms out to counter the balance, or you can really strengthen up and reach the arms up here. Relax the shoulders, biceps by the ears, pull the belly button in. See how long you can get your spine, so no falling forward, opening up and lengthening up. Can you take your gaze up? Brilliant. Hold for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Don't go anywhere. Reach the arms forward. See if you can come up onto your toes. Lift your heels. Good work. Now begin to bend those knees and drop your bum back down toward the ground. Nice job, everybody. When you're ready, you can begin to sink back down. Using your hands for support, sinking the bum back down to the ground. We're going to find a seated position. We'll lengthen the legs out in front of us. We're going to come in for a forward fold. So legs are lengthened. You can pull the toes back towards the face. And just move your bum around a little bit to find your sits bones and ground them down here. Now from here, you can stay up nice and lifted. You can use your blocks to give you a little bit of support if you'd like. Or you can fold the body forward, walking the hands down towards the ankles or the shins or towards the toes. Whatever feels good for you here. Keep it active, keep the alignment in the spine. So rather than rounding the spine, see if you can pull your chest and your forehead towards the toes. See if you can really lengthen the backs of the legs here. I find it helps when you try and imagine pulling the legs back into the hip sockets once more. So rather than just letting them go loose, see if you can still activate the backs of the legs by pulling them towards the hips, by drawing the toes up towards the face, and then see if you can fold forward. Take a big breath in, reaching the forehead towards the toes. Exhale. Now if you'd like, allow your chin to round in towards your chest and make the pose a little bit more passive. Maybe your shoulders round a little bit. Maybe the backs of your legs soften. Just allow your body to go a little bit here. And just breathe. Let your breath create a little bit of space. As you're ready, you can rise up. We're going to come onto our backs, but let's do it with one final strengthening pose. So either with your legs long or your knees bent on the ground, we're going to reach our hands forward and we're going to come down an inch at a time. So let's see if we can lengthen up along the spine and then allow our body to rest back about an inch. Hold and take a breath. See if you can lower another inch. Hold and take a breath, opening up across the chest. We'll relax down one more inch. See if you can hold. And then when you're ready, just let yourself go. All the way down onto your back here. Give your knees a little squeeze, maybe bring them in towards the chest. We're coming into our final relaxation and meditation portion of the class, our final Shavasana. So let's find our comfortable supine position on our backs, giving ourselves a little squeeze and a little massage, starting to really feel the ground underneath us. Rocking side to side maybe. And just take any other movements that you need to before you get still. So if you want to open up and rotate the hips a little bit, open up the knees, and then maybe take them the other way. When you feel like you're nice and ready, you can place your feet on the ground. And again, you can relax your knees in. You can bring the soles of the feet together. You can even lengthen the legs out, whatever feels good and what feels right for you. This is your final resting position. So give your body what it needs. Give yourself the time to just allow the fruits of the practice to saturate here. If you need a blanket or a towel or a cushion underneath your lower back for support, go ahead. Place your hands either on your belly, one hand on the heart, hand on the belly perhaps. Or just allow them to relax at your side. And now, just using your awareness, see if you can relax any areas in your body that need a little bit more relaxing. So maybe you start with the toes and see if you can relax the toes. And then the soles of the feet and the arches. And your shins and calves and your knees and the backs of the legs and your thighs. See if your hips can relax down. See if you can let go of your belly. So much tension we carry in our belly. See if you can just let it go super soft. No holding. Beginning to feel the backs of your shoulder blades really pressing down, and the backs of the shoulders pressing down as the chest opens up, as the space in front of the heart softens. Relax your arms and your wrists and your fingers. And bring your awareness to your face. Close your eyes if it feels comfortable. Relax your cheeks and your jaw. Relax your forehead, your eyebrows. Visualize your breath and send it to any areas of tension in your face, in your body. Allow the breath to make space. Allow it to relax and release. Just using these final moments to give yourself the reward of what you've done for your body. As we let go of any holding in our bodies, you can let go of the breath and just let your body breathe naturally. It knows just how to do it without you even trying. If your thoughts wander, if things arise in your mind, just notice them. See if you can bring your awareness back to your breath. You can remain here for as long as you'd like. You can end your practice on your back in Shavasana. If you'd like, you can join me in a seated position by beginning to bring some gentle movement to your fingers and toes. Maybe bending and flexing your wrists and your ankles. Take a nice big stretch for yourself, again lengthening that body. And then coming to rest on your right side for a moment and for a breath. Keep your eyes closed if you had them closed, and then press yourself up to a seated position. Taking it nice and slow. Finding a cross-legged or sitting on your heels, whatever feels good. We'll feel our sits bones one more time, make that connection with the earth. Take a big breath in. Exhale, let it all out. Open your eyes. And let's enjoy one final breath in, gathering all the energy we've created together in our space, in our practice, bringing it back down toward our heart center, giving ourselves all the foundation that we've created for ourselves. And I bow to you and I say namaste to each of you. Thank you so much for joining me, for sharing your energy, for sharing your practice and your wisdom and your light. It touches me and it fills me with so much joy, so thank you.